history.
All right, my friend. So you can see clearly here that it went into the risk zone, and well, it left directly from this target, right, from this support target, and went straight up into the risk zone. Once it was in the risk zone, you can see that was too, just like I predicted, just like what should have happened is that this risk zone was too thick of a resistance for this day for it to work through. So what it did is it took the path of least resistance. Now, that's not always going to happen because the path of least resistance means that that's what something will do without any external influence. Now, it is actually the job of the market to manipulate, to profit off of that natural influence, okay, or to try to profit off that natural influence. They'll try to identify it as well as they can, as good as they can. But as you can see here, it is following the path of least resistance for the for today. So that was 51 pips to 30 pips. All right, so that fulfilled the risk reward. I mean, you can see it went down. It tried to hit this, so we got almost close to it. Went back into the resistance zone, and it was too thick for today. So that's basically what happened: is that this risk zone was too thick for it to work past. So it just went with the path of least resistance, which was down, and then back up again, and then down again. So there could be some kind of resistance point. There could have been some kind of support point here that I'm not aware of. But as far as I'm aware of, this was this point and this point. This is specifically this intersection here. Probably this intersection here is where what I would have targeted. Okay. And this would have been the resistance here. So this was the free reward area, and this was the resistance here. So closing the day at 24 GMT, that's essentially what happened. Is the profit was made from there. So an entry was made here for sell with this 27 pip stop loss, and then at closing at 24 GMT would have been 50 pips. Closing it would have been 50 pips. So let's see what is going on today. We're about 6 hours into today, so let's get the update for today. Okay, so we see that this was going on, and it aligned perfectly. Actually, you can see that these retracements, right, are aligned perfectly with the risk zones. So here we have this retracement here is matching with this risk zone, this current risk zone we have here. So how long do I think that this will continue downward? This was the risk zone. I would have sold if it was here, and we can already see that it is. So how long will I sell here? Would I have sold? Of course, I will sell to the next to here, which is the target, and this is a very good trade actually. So this was 6. This happened in the Asia session at 6 GMT, which is, this chart is actually about 1 hour early ahead of GMT. So it's about, I think it's aligned more with Israel, with Jerusalem or Moscow time. But it's about a +1 GMT. But it happened here. So we're selling here to this target here, 61 pips. And the risk literally would be this here, this risk zone, which is about 3 or 4 pips. So literally you would have had your stop up here somewhere, your entry here at somewhere, wherever it enters, the price enters or comes around this risk zone. And then you target this. And I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, this is pretty much the zone right here, the band of trading right here. For today. So if the price enters above here, then this is going to be the support, this is the risk zone, and then you're going to target this as the price. So This is the Asia session. So usually when it has a direction for the Asia session, it usually doesn't change it. You can see that usually it doesn't do that. So if there is a change, it'll probably happen in the U.S. zone that has a lot of momentum, a lot of volume for transactional volume. But the London session is about to come up in a couple of hours here, and I don't really see that that will have any impact on this. Either the UK session will either provide the momentum to hit this as the target, this support as the target, or it will reverse enough to challenge this zone, this resistance zone, this risk zone, to continue to target this point here, this target, which is 70 pips. So if that happens, you can tell that from the current price, that's about 83. So it is possible, because the ADR is 82 pips, so that is possible for it to still happen. It is still possible for this price to go nowhere, for the remaining Asia session, for UK to provide a buy momentum, for that UK buy momentum to be strong enough to break this risk zone, and then to penetrate it, and then for the US session, which would be about 16 GMT or so, to continue to this target here. That's one thing that will happen. Otherwise, it will just continue to drop to this target. So that's it for today. Let's see what goes on tomorrow. Let's see what happened tomorrow.